Hello and welcome back to another episode of Auto Reviews 24. If you are into perfect off-road and on-road oriented mid-size SUV and it happens to be that you don't need a third row but you need more cargo space for your camping and your off-road on-road family trips, then I think I have got you covered, because today's car is most compelling and demanding option in this segment, and that is none other than this beautiful 2026 Honda Passport in this TrailSport Touring edition for the Canadian market. And I'm here to help you decide, should you consider this brand new Passport over the Toyota 4Runner, Ford's Bronco 4-door, or even the Subaru's Outback? So stay tuned. If you are into honest, simple and practical car reviews, then this review is for you. And hey, please do not forget to like and subscribe my channel to support me. Well, in today's review, I will dive deep into this brand new Honda Passport and let you decide what's new, what has changed inside out, and in fact even mechanically as well, and also understand how different it is from the Honda Pilot, the bigger brother in this same platform, and understand, is it worth spending $65,000 for this Passport? So stay tuned and we'll dive deep into this. A huge shout out to Heritage Honda and Brandon, Marcus and Nicole for lending us this brand new Honda Passport so that I can review it for you. In fact, this particular model is very short in the market right now, so if you want one, then please reach out to them. Now let us talk about the exterior styling of this brand new Passport. But before that, let me give you some context about the trims available in this particular model. This trim here, in Canadian market, we only have 4 options, and that too all TrailSport options. However, in the US market, you do get 7 different trim levels, starting with the RTL, which is the non-TrailSport versions. So well, Canadians, you only have one option to choose, unfortunately. But I believe the TrailSport is the perfect balance of the off-roadness and the on-road capability of this particular Passport. So let us dive deep from the front fascia of this Passport and understand the new design language of this Honda element. The front of this new Honda Passport is certainly rugged and boxy, and in my opinion, it looks really stunning, especially compared to all the other Honda products out there in the market today. Look at the front here. I love this interesting element of this ruggedness here. Mind you, this is not a functional element. I wish they could have gone with a functional air vent here to make it more useful. The front grille is all blacked out. In fact, this black chrome looks really nice. The Honda badge is wide and big. If you go for the blackout accent or option or trim, you actually have this blacked out Honda logo as well. The most important element of the design is this Passport stamped into the metal sheet everywhere in this car, which we'll talk later. The TrailSport badging in this rectangular shape is looking really nice. Over to the bottom of this front bumper, and that's where you even see different elements. The honeycomb grille with active grille shutters inside, the radar system, the front camera, even the silver painted bumper looks really nice. The lower bumper here is also elegantly designed. In fact, being an off-road car, this has the approach and the departure angle of 23 degrees, which is really nice. It also has metal skid plates under here for the engine protection, as well as in the back for the fuel tank as well. You even have the tow hook here, which is really prominent with this orange paint, looks really nice. The good thing is you get a good LED fog lights as well, and it looks really nice. They have made it a little higher so that if you go for off-road, it still covers your light system. Now let's talk about the headlight of this car. The headlights are boxy, rectangular, with this all new daytime running lights here, which actually are amber in color. I will turn on the car to make you visualize that. If you see, that's how it looks when you are actually on running mode. You have all blacked out accent inside, reflector style LED lights, high beam, low beam, and neatly designed, and I really love the way it looks. The hood is really simple and elegant with one simple line going backwards, but the interesting changes are also on the sides. Everything is off-road oriented, so the fender is also having this plastic which is more off-road friendly. You even have this massive 31-inch all-terrain tires from General, specifically designed for this Honda Passport. This beautiful two-tone 18-inch alloy wheels are really awesome as well. Tires are very wide, 275 by 60, so the overall driving experience and the pothole suction of this particular suspension would be really nice when you drive inside. Now let us talk about the side of this car. The boxier side mirrors, blacked out, integrated turn signals and 360-degree camera system, everything is really handy. The side of this car is as boxy as it could, but it also has some character lines across the width of the car from the side and the bottom as well, with this rugged looking plastic which also goes very well. You have blacked out handles no matter which trim you go in the TrailSport model. You also have this blacked out window trims, and the roof rails here are quite big and prominent thanks to the off-road oriented design what they have come up with. And it also has a complete panoramic sunroof which is first in this class. The Passport is 191 inches longer, which is apparently 8 inches shorter than the Honda Pilot. The ground clearance though is very similar to the Pilot, which is 8.3 inches. That's where it disappoints in my opinion. Being an off-road car, it should at least have more than 9 inches of ground clearance to give that compensation when you are taking it off-road. But that's about it. From the rear quarter side of this car is where you will see again some interesting design choices from the design engineers out there in Los Angeles. You see this quarter panel, it's really wide and bulky, but it goes very well with the design language. Glass window here is not only just a glass, but integrated with the antenna system so that you can have more off-road space up there in the car, which we'll talk from the back side of it. The gas power is here, and you can actually put regular gas, no premium. So that's a thumbs up there from Passport as well. You see this section is all plastic, and that's for a reason. So you can use fishing net and anything from off-road purpose here so that it does not damage your car and the car paint. Now let's talk about the rear end of this car. The rear end is where it again shines very well. Interesting sculpted design, and this particular deep pillar is really interestingly carved out, and I love the way it is. The tail lights are also very classic and 3D. It has one problem though, it is not full LEDs. It is a combination of LED brake lights, but turn signals are all incandescent lamps. I wish they would have gone with the all LED stuff. The Passport is again stamped very well in this metal, looks really nice and prominent. Only simple badging of TrailSport right there. The Honda badging here is also simple. However, if you go for the blackout version, you can make this black as well. The trunk overall has much more elegant lines and cuts and creases over here, and it looks really nice. Now the rear wiper is also very simple. I wish they could have tucked inside this rear spoiler. The spoiler though is a plastic off-road style again, because you can use this entire space for off-road stuff. You don't have rear digital view mirror. The bumper is also very sculpted, two-toned and designed very well. It comes standard with this 2-inch tow hitch as well as electric power if you want to tow, because this car can tow 5000 lbs, and that's a great thing to have. Now let us talk about the trunk space or the cargo space in this particular Honda Passport. Power operated, which is always welcomed, and that's where you would be wowed by the overall space does it provide. 44 cubic feet behind the second row, and that is the class leading numbers in this particular segment. Let us see what we have in terms of storage. Both on my left and right, you have got deep cubby space. You have this interesting cubby space here as well, which is quite deep and wide. You can actually put a lot of milk or any fruit or any food what you want to put out there. You have got household AC power outlet as well. You even have this particular button to adjust the trunk height. Under the trunk is where you might have some interesting storage. On my left, you see this particular bucket storage, which is handy if you go for their off-road camping table, which they charge roughly around $500 extra. On my right, if you open it, it is also very interesting. You have a small size spare tire. However, you have an option to go for a full size spare tire where they will put this tire under the car and not over here, and that will open up much more space here. You see this off-road mountain kind of small Easter eggs here, looks really nice and simple. Overall, you don't have one important thing, which is a button or something to flat the second row from here. So you need to lean way forward and actually put this forward, which I'll do it from the other side if I don't get, there you go. So I was able to flat the second row, but it is little struggle to do it from the back. One good thing is, look at how flat the floor is when you flat the second row. This is something which is missing in the Toyota 4Runner for sure. And this actually gives you much more options for off-road camping as well. And when you flat the second row, you have 84 cubic feet of space, that is class leading again as well. Now the cargo space being so nice that even if the second row is up, you can literally put 3 big size suitcases over here without any issues. One interesting thing I noticed is you have got decent size big window here as well to get enough light and visibility for the cargo space as well. Now that's pretty much it from the cargo side. Let us talk about the interior tech and the design of this new Passport. Alright, now let's talk about the interior tech and design of this new Passport. Before that, over to the key. The key is very standard Honda key, lock, unlock, engine start stop, trunk opening and panic button. That's pretty much it, but the key is really healthy in terms of weight and looks really nice. Let me open this car. You have this car opened by default with this key. However, Honda does not support any phone key. Now as soon as I step inside this brand new Passport, the first thing I notice is the overall dashboard fit and finish quality is much more rugged and softer as well. But let us talk more from the driver's door panel first. The driver's door panel here in this new Passport is really simple and elegant. Soft touch plastic over here. I love this aluminum trim and this interesting plastic which has got some design element going within itself and looks really nice. 2% memory seats over here. All buttons are one touch for the windows. You even have power folded side mirrors, adjustment for that as well. Soft touch leather with this orange stitching. But the good thing is lot of spaces, small spaces here and there. You have got one space over here with the cup holder, one more additional space here. Though the spaces are not too wide, but it is deep enough to give you some additional storage. This here plastic is little on harder side. The steering is also telescopic and tilt adjustable, but which is manual. The driver seats is really soft and comfy. It is adjustable with 10-way power, which is really good. On my left is where you have wide footrest, which is very comfortable to use. You have some switches to open your trunk and wipers, but other switches are empty, which they could have used for some better functionality. The AC vents here is finished with this black chrome. It is decent size and looks really nice. Now let's talk about the steering wheel of this brand new Passport. Look at how premium it looks with this orange stitching. It is really soft and comfy. You have this big Honda logo with black accent across the steering wheel and the TrailSport naming here. Heated steering wheel button is right here, which is easy to access. One cool feature here is when I use this button, I can directly operate the camera system, which is something unique in Honda and looks really nice. Let's talk about the screens here. The driver's display here is 10.2 inch, which is really nice. I wish they could have gone wider and made it 12.3 inches. When you talk about the infotainment screen, that's where it changes everything. Gone is the small 8-inch and in comes the beautiful 12.3-inch big screen. Over from the passenger side, let's talk about the seats first. The passenger seat is only 4-way adjustable from here, which is really not great because at least they could have given lumbar support in this price point. But the good thing is the seats are really comfortable, perforated, heated and ventilated, and look at how nice it is with some orange stitching, TrailSport badging, and it is really simply comfortable in my opinion. The dashboard here is low yet soft as plastic over here. I love this interesting wide and deep cubby space here for some storage. You have leather material over here with orange stitching again, and the glove box here is kind of decent size, not too deep, but it still does its job. The center console and the dashboard is also very functional. The big screen which I talked about is really simple, easy and fast, intuitive as well. The operating system is Android based and it looks really simple. As you see, inbuilt Google Map as well, Google Assistance, and the good thing is it has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is the best thing you need when you go for any long trips as well. One thing you notice, another Passport stamped under this dashboard. The physical volume button is really nice and simple. You have got big AC vents. The start stop button is over here. The HVAC system here is very simple and easy to understand thanks to a lot of buttons as well. It is 2-zone climate control, which is always great. Ventilated and heated buttons here You have all the HVAC controls with this knob. Also, you have rear settings with this button itself integrated in this panel. Now, you have got small space over here where you can put some keys or coins, two USB-Cs, 12-volt cigarette charger, but you have got massive space over here with one wireless charging pad and an additional phone space here as well. The center console is a combination of premium black finish and the same plastic finish which you see it on the door panels. The cup holders are really big and decent size. The gear selectors are button style which you need to get used to, but it's really simple and easy to understand. The drive selectors mode are over here with this interesting orange color to it. I love the way they have done this. Hill descent control, auto off, brakes and parking and everything is very simple and easy to understand. Now, let me show you the drive modes from this screen over here. If you see the drive modes over here, there are 7 different drive modes: sports, normal, eco, snow, trail, sand and towing. That means you have covered every bit of driving element. The center armrest is soft, elegant with the stitching and it's quite wide. Let me open it. Now under the center armrest you have a decent size space, but it does not have any lights or USB-C over here, which is a miss from Honda. The headline of this particular Passport, and it looks really premium. The woven finish of this blacked out accent is really simple and elegant. I have some sunglass holder over here. You have easy LED light system which is nice, but the good addition is this beautiful panoramic sunroof. You can only open the shade if you want, and you can even open the entire sunroof, which opens quite deep and wide with this wind control to give you an open off-road feel when you want for. These sun visors as well. The sun visor for the driver's side is very big and wide with some integrated LED lights, and it is also quite adjustable, deep and long as well. Now let us talk about the back seat and comfort there. Alright, so now I'm into the back seat of this new Honda Passport. Let me talk about the comfort and space over here. First of all, the rear door panel is quite big and wide. It has got all the same elements from the front door. Thanks to the Bose sound system, you have got tweeter and the regular speaker here as well. One good thing in this segment is this sunshades for the second row passengers as well, which is always a welcome addition at this price point. You can clearly see how much space do I have in front of my leg. 41 inches of legroom, guys, in this Passport. It is class leading by any means. Even the headroom is so nice thanks to the boxy design and the sunroof and the cutout here. Easily a 6-foot people can sit and have a great journey. The front seats also has some interesting pockets for storage. Center console here also has big decent size AC vents, a digital screen to control your second row, HVAC, as well as heated seats, but no ventilated, mind you, and you have got full household power outlet and 2 USB-Cs. The floor is completely flat like an EV car. That's something which I haven't seen in this class for sure. Certainly one of the best experience. Let's talk about the seats here. The seats are as comfortable as the front, perforated soft with that orange stitching, and it is actually quite wide and deep. One thing I noticed is the under thigh support is slightly missing. Now the center console here also comes out. You have got cup holders but no pass through. Well, that's pretty much it from my side on this back seat. For me, this is one of the roomiest mid-size 5-seater SUV I have seen so far. Now let me talk about what's powering under the hood before we take this car for a spin. Now the hood itself is really nice and prominent, and it's hydraulic as well, which is always good. You even have sound damping material here for quite a ride inside. Everything is very neat and clean, but there is a lot more mechanical changes under this. Let's talk about that. Gone is the old J series V6 from Honda. In comes the 3.5 liter all new direct injection naturally aspirated V6, which is mated with IVT M4 all-wheel drive system, which is the new system in this particular V6. New gearbox which is developed by Honda itself, which is the 10-speed automatic gearbox. Previously it used to come with 9-speed ZF gearbox, and I believe that will really complement this overall drive and the off-road experience as well as on-road. Now this particular engine produces 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, and the towing capacity of it is 5000 lbs, and the overall weight of this car is roughly around 4700 lbs. It is roughly 500 lbs more than the outgoing Passport. I really love the way these changes have been made. Now let us talk about how does this car drive. Let me know in the comment below, do you like this Honda Passport, And would you spend $65,000 and get this one, or go for the Toyota's 4Runner? Alright, so now it's time for us to take this new Passport for the spin and check out the driving impressions of it. How does the new V6 perform? How is the driving in the on-road setup? As soon as I come out of this parking lot, the immediate thing which I notice is the car is very quiet inside. Thanks to the sound damping materials used in this car, overall the comfort is really top notch. I'm sitting quite higher from the floor and the visibility is top notch. The front windshield is very big, the A-pillar being wide but still does a good job thanks to the side mirrors, and the overall comfort is right there for off-road as well. The turning radius of this Passport is really nice. In fact, I was easily able to turn this without any issues. The new V6 engine is quieter than the older J series and the power delivery is linear and smooth. Though it is not the quickest in its business, 0 to 100 in roughly 7.5 seconds is not great, but again it's an off-road and family oriented SUV, so you don't expect that at all. What I think is good about this car is the steering is very precise, soft and light at times. There are so many drive modes available. When I turn this into sports mode right now, immediately the car changes the dynamic. The steering is not super hard now. It is certainly stiff enough, but not as much as I thought. But the suspension is slightly stiff enough. Overall, the softer ride continues, and most importantly, the power delivery is much more faster thanks to this new 10-speed automatic gearbox. The car is holding gears at right appropriate levels, and also downshifting is very fast, which is always a great attribute of a great driving experience. Also, mind you, V6 engines are very hard to find nowadays, especially in the Honda portfolio. You only get this engine with the Odyssey. All of other cars are gone with the 4-cylinder turbo engine. The car does very well in the cornering. The body roll is very minimalist, which is great. When I push the gas pedal, the car really drives into higher speeds. The gear shifting is super smooth. That is one clear noticeable thing in this new mechanical gearbox change. Also, what I noticed is the overall potholes and bad road conditions are very well taken by the suspension and the all-terrain tires and the smaller 18 rims. That is really giving you a great on-road experience as well. Now, I do not have more areas to try it on off-road, but I'm pretty sure the way this car is designed with the skid plate and the overall all-wheel drive and the rear torque axle and everything, it is really supposed to do well in the off-road setup as well. The car also comes with pedal shifters, so that's a great thing. One interesting thing, as I say, I've taken this slightly off-road. As soon as I press this button, the camera system turns on, and you can even use this setting here to check your side wheels and everything when you are actually off-road, so that your rims or tires are not damaged. All the settings are really top notch and really commendable when it comes to this car in the off-road settings. The hood is quite big and upright, so I can literally see the front of this car. That is a great thing to have when you are actually driving this in tight corners. I must say the car is best in driving as well. It is one of the best cars in recent times I've driven from Honda. After spending some good quality time with this brand new 2026 Honda Passport, it's time for the final thoughts. Should you consider, shortlist, or go ahead and buy this? In my opinion, you should certainly buy this Passport, because Honda has really upped the ante, brought their A game in this new Passport, and made key changes which really the modern buyers were looking for. This particular car checkbox all the key elements what one should be looking for in the modern midsize SUV segment. The car's exterior design is boxy, rugged, yet modern. Check. The car has mechanical abilities in terms of V6 engine, all-terrain tires, new rims, good ground clearance, and the off-road design elements. Check. Class-leading cargo space. Check. The car has comfortable, spacious, and premium interior with high-tech infotainment screen. Check. The pricing is also a check, because a starting price of 60,000 Canadian dollars with this range-topping TrailSport Touring at 65,000 Canadian dollars, it's really a good bargain deal when you talk about pricing in the 2025 year model. Well, that being said, I leave with this thought that if you are into a mid-size SUV without a third row, this car is a compelling option out there. That's all from my side for this review. If you loved my review, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.